Welcome back, adventurers, for our last hour?
Yep.
Our last hour of Misscliks D&D In Control Dungeon World Edition. More like Out of Control Edition.
That's the first time that
Perfect.
pun has ever been made that actually makes sense and is good, so thank you for that. Alright, guys, so before we left, we had a few people die, and they dropped down dead, and a horse. What was actually the last action we left off? Oh, no, it was actually with Finkelmer dying, right? He dies drowning in the horse. Okay, so we come back. Sanguinus, you have just cleaved your horse, but in doing so killed your arch nemesis, the person you set out to conclude this mission.
Yes.
What do you do?
Let me see. All right, I don't think it's time for prayer and ritual cleansing, so I'm going to wipe off my sword and sheath it, then turn to my companions, and in my voice that transcends language, I am going to say, "Good bear, good maiden. Thank you for your assistance in apprehending and putting to death this violent criminal. I have been pursuing him for many a time, and it is good that at long last we can put this violent episode behind us and go on a real adventure, where there may be traps and treasures and dungeons and maybe even dragons. Now, let us set off and be friends forever."
You killed a horse, but I that's all I focus on. I can't hear what he said, but I'm like,
I was very sad about that horse. Here, would you like some dungeon rations? I pull out a ration.
a what?
A ration?
That's food?
Like
Are you
food,
hungry?
It's an irrational play.
Would you...
yeah.
Are you in need of healing or assistance?
I can't hear what you're saying, and she's a bear, so I'm like, "Abunga!" whatever you hear.
No, but he has a way to talk to you, apparently.
Oh, you do?
True. I have a voice that transcends language.
Oh, so I just heard everything he said?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, but you kill a horse. I'm a little mentally retarded.
So,
Can you understand all languages, or can you
I
just
probably
speak?
don't understand you, but I can
Oh.
speak to
you guys are having this nice conversation. There's no sound except for the slow, kind of serene gurgle of the last bit of the horse's blood dribbling out of it into the soil around you guys.
you. I say, good, I'm glad we've settled this.
When all of a sudden, down the path, which you guys you're not on the path, you're in the tree line, but you can see the path. And those knights, the knights that we saw leaving earlier, coming back, and they're riding. The one at the head has the red cape, I believe. The chat can correct me, but I think that was the case. And then all the others had the purple capes, I want to say. But it seems to be 4 knights, and then one at the head. And they're riding back the opposite direction they left. They left from the city, and now they're coming back. And they're screaming, well, the one at the front that you can just barely make out, because you're about 100 feet off from the road. So it's not even 100, I'd say 100 yards. So quite a far ways. But he's yelling at the top of his lungs, "Spec Person the Third warns everyone, a dragon's coming! A dragon's freaking coming!" And he's riding at the helm, or the head of these knights, and they're making their way towards the city.
I scream in bear, "Dragon! Dragon!"
I scream in human, "Dragon! Dragon!"
All right. And we're in the open, right?
No, you're in the tree line.
And in tree line.
There's trees above us, yeah.
Okay, I forget about this night thing. The guy, the paladin, whatever. I just tell the bear, "Let's hide," and I have camouflage.
Ooh.
So I do that. It's one of my
So you try to end up blending into the trees around you?
Yes, it's one of my advanced mode camouflage. When you keep still in a natural surrounding, we're in the forest,
Okay.
enemies never spot you until you make a movement.
I'm going to make this easy on you. Don't roll anything. You blend in perfectly. The bear, also completely indiscriminate. This is great so far. Meanwhile, Sanguinus has a glowing sword that he's holding, and a golden dragon comes up over the tree line, a gigantic mythical beast of lore and gore, and it sprays the tree line in fire, and you guys think that's vaguely strange because you know of somebody else that liked to light things on fire. And the dragon lands 100 feet behind you guys, crushing the trees away to open space, and it says the following.
Praise the night.
And I hold open my my shield and my sword, and I say, "Praise the sun, come at me, bro." And then I bang on my shield with my sword, and I point my sword at him, and I say, "I swear to the bloody-handed god, I will slay you."
And inside your head, as
I
you-
have
as
ability
you
that
say
is called Act with Disdain. I'd like to act with disdain right now.
The
Right?
dragon raises its chin at this gesture, and it's a good 150 feet up in the air as it raises. So it's the snobbiest of snob moves that you've ever seen in your entire life. And in your head, your god speaks to you and says, "Sanguinus, boy, you are about to get shit on every single which way. This is not a good fight, man. He's a big dragon. You're gonna be scared now, but I'll give you my blessing. You go do what you can. You go, girl."
Bloody-handed god, I will not let you down.
Mm-hmm. And
So can I breathe fire? Is that one of my things?
no. Well,
Thank you, Geoff.
I will allow you to do that in a second, but not at the party. Your attack is a bite attack. You get to use your claws and stuff like that. So, Neal, your Burr, the golden dragon.
Wait,
of
he's
the dragon
Dragon
army.
Neal. No, he's not Dragon Neal.
Nope, he's Burr.
Burr.
He is a dragon.
Burr, of course. It had to rhyme, right? Burr.
Guys, a dragon has landed behind you. The Paladin has issued a challenge. The knights are riding towards the gate that is now open. What do you guys do?
I go charging forwards.
I have reach. I would like to reach him before he reaches me.
Okay, but before we get to that, girls, what are you doing?
I fucking don't move.
You're just gonna hide you're gonna hide up against a tree?
Well, sorry, Steven. It's so
I'm
intense.
running at the dragon.
I don't want to. I want this paladin to die. I would fucking hide and get the fuck out.
Okay, you're hiding. Fawn the bear, what do you do?
Is the fire caught onto the forest right now?
Yeah, the forest is aflame.
We must extinguish the fire, Faye. I mean, Fawn. Carry water on the flames. Let's kill the fire.
I'm conflicting for like a few seconds, and then I'm like, and then I get out of my camouflage, and I
tried to find a river. Can I use like
Yeah.
some kind of river sense or some shit?
River sense, you guys are just fighting on the beach, Fawn. What the hell?
Oh, okay. Then,
The river.
Would you like to take time to go over there and paw some water into your paws?
okay. So I'm gonna use discern reality to see. I'm trying to find basically something to transport water or
Okay.
a way to extinguish the fire. So what I'm asking is, what here is useful or valuable to me?
Make a roll.
can I aid?
Roll 2d6. What? Plus what? Plus nothing?
Nothing.
Okay. Oh. I wrote 22d6. 9!
All right.
Ah.
You see the buckets the soldiers dropped as they ran back into the city. There's plenty of buckets over by the opening where the peasants were butchered. And then from there, you could also see the ocean that you rode around on a boat to get over here, and you ate McDonald's on the water.
I say buckets.
Buckets. That's a really good there. Confrontation. Very buckets.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So a bear and a woman with a cougar run off to go extinguish a blazing fire. Like I hope I just haven't described this well enough for you guys. 2 gigantic fireballs were thrown into trees. They blasted and have since then spread to like a forest fire. So you guys are going to grab buckets to put out fires
Well,
that won't get put out.
do we see any other ways of trying to like?
Yes, a fire truck drops from the sky and lands. No,
Thank you.
it would take an army of people with buckets to put a dent in it.
I think I give up. I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes fire is good for the nature. And it's true. It's true.
Oh,
It is.
really?
Yeah, it is true.
Right, that's true.
Yeah, now it's true.
Meanwhile, in the underworld, at that very moment that you said
I
that,
turn around.
Finkelmer gets a pain in his side. He's like, ugh, irony, once again hitting me in the side. Okay, go ahead.
So is the fire coming towards us?
No, you're not in imminent danger from that. It's all around you. It's burning. Everything's on
Alright,
fire.
just fucking go back to camouflage.
Yeah.
You just pull up your cloak and hide up against a tree?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
No, wait, actually, I'm running away. Let's just
Okay.
fucking run away. I'm running away.
Are you running towards the city?
So it's either towards the city or towards the dragon?
Yeah, pretty much. Or the ocean. There is a chance that my matey's deck is still out
Go
there.
to the boat.
Or both.
The boat, is it the guy that wanted like a really pretty girl?
Yeah, Captain Morgan's still waiting for that. You guys spat and shook on it. Finkelmar did. No, I think the bard did still.
The bard did. Yeah.
But I'm like, I have a really high hotness.
You could.
Hmm.
You could end this night with Captain Morgan, like so many people before you.
Wow.
I think Geoff was waiting this entire show to use that line.
God damn it. What did we do? Fun! Boat, city, fire, dragon.
While they're locked in indecision, can we fight a little bit?
Yeah, you girls come up with something,
that's
please.
fine,
Like,
that's fine. Yeah.
I-
Feel free to fight, and we're like talking on the beach meanwhile.
The dragon Burr looks back over his shoulder at the oncoming swarm of people from the city and bellows out, "I will leave your city intact if you let me fight this knight in solo combat."
they were running towards the city. They're running to get behind the wall and being safe.
I still shout that at them. Roar that at them before I turn around and swipe with one of my claws.
Okay. The knights that were returning stop mid path, and the lead knight with the red cape turns, and with your super enhanced hearing, you can hear him say, "Spec person the third. That might be a hell of a deal. What say you all?" And the other knights kind of give a pause for a second and say, "Nope. The honorable thing to do would be to stand up to this tyranny." And Spec person the third says, "Spec person the third. Okay. Let's go, boys. Let's help them out." And they ride in your direction.
What? Well, whatever. I still attack. What's the paladin's name?
Sanguine.
Sanguinus. I still attack.
You should know him. You made out with him and had tongue and everything.
No. The dragon never made out with him.
Well, you as the guy controlling these characters.
Hey. The dragon never made out with him.
Okay. You do have reach, so you will get to attack first for sure.
What is my strength?
That is a fantastic question. Let's just say for those big beasts, it's usually like +3. So it's just, I mean, you cap out at +3. So let's just do
Yeah,
plus
so
three.
Give him
2d6
+3.
plus 3.
Yeah.
So I'm attacking the Sanguinus.
Yep, he's charging after you. Blazing sword in front of him.
11.
That is a success. So Sanguinus, what do you do in response?
I grit my teeth, raise my shield, and shove my way past his teeth, slashing my way
Ooh,
by
all right.
enduring.
So that's against your constitution, so go ahead. And
Partial
it's
success.
It's a partial. So the bite is going to either... what kind of gear do you have on you and stuff?
Shield, sword, dungeon rations, and 1 healing potion.
I would say your choice is, because you're trying to just blast through this and muscle through the attack,
Mm-hmm.
that you will be at -1 for your roll in the next phase, whatever that is, because it's just going to act as like a system shock, like boom, you get hit.
Minus 1
it's
forward.
affecting everything. You're just kind of, discombobulated.
Mhm.
Or you get to him, you do muscle through it, but you take half damage from whatever he rolls, and that'll be represented by just his bite, blast your shield aside, and one of his spikes kind of like cuts your arm open or something like that.
I will get to him and get to
Okay,
it.
so
Okay.
roll
And
your
take half
damage.
damage.
So I do the best of a D10 of 2d10, whichever one is higher, plus
2d10
5.
plus 5, and you have 4 piercing.
Okay.
You can actually do /roll
Mhm.
2d10 KH
KH.
plus 5. I think that works. Oh no.
Or you could just do 2d10 plus 5 and do the math with your eyeballs.
Yeah, 2d10 K1 plus 5 gives you. It just keeps the highest. Look at that.
Okay.
13 damage, piercing
13
4.
damage.
So I would take
4 goes through all of his.
I would take 7 damage, but as a paladin of the bloody-handed god, I have bloody Aegis protecting me, and so I choose to take. Instead, the bloody-handed god causes me to become stunned, and I take an ongoing -1 to my intelligence, and I take no damage.
Wait, what?
So Neal, I realized you're doing Dungeon World in your Eben playthrough or Vigil. This was something that Steven dealt with that is completely broken in their Dungeon World run through. Basically, paladins can choose to just not take damage.
What is the ability called?
It's called Bloody Aegis. It's an
go.
advanced move.
If you do, you take no damage, but instead suffer a disability of your choice. All 6 abilities, you can't use this move. Okay, so there's a set abilities.
Exactly. And
So you can't only do it 6 times.
Each ability does reduce my ability to be effective. So like anytime I'm rolling against my intelligence now, I'm rolling at a -1.
Okay, so each ability affects
-2
the stat.
actually because of the minus. Oh no, you didn't choose that. Never mind. Just -1. Yeah. So he takes no damage.
So you literally can take no damage for 6 rounds.
Yep.
Neal.
Thanks, Geoff.
All right. So he endures through this and uses his bloody Aegis to actually just shirk off the damage. You notice a red hinge kind of glowing off the side of it. It looks like a ethereal blood just is like on the outside of it. It's like a vapor blood, and he's coming at you with his sword. But before we get to that, let's get to the truly exciting argument about how to put out forest fires with our girls Fawn and Where are we at?
To the city!
To the city! So we just picked the city.
Yeah, you do see knights galloping in this direction, but you're going to run past them into the city?
Yeah, we just.
Okay.
I think the dragon is preoccupying them a little bit, so I just jump on Fawn, on the bear, and I point towards for my cougar, and I'm like, "Leg up!"
Okay, you girls are running in the direction the gate is open, so you're making a mad dash for it. You kind of graze within a dozen yards or so of this knight who has continuously said Spec Person the Third. And they slow down as they see you girls run and say, "Whoa, Spec Person the Third! What are you girls doing?"
We're running away from. Oh, I can't hear that.
Oh, they're asking you what they're doing.
And I'll be like,
The bear and some feral woman who's just like flapping her arms, and there's a cougar there. He's like, "Spec Person the Third, what's wrong with you? Why aren't you talking? And why do you have so many friends with fur?"
And I just continue running, trying to dodge him, and going around. Like, I guess we wouldn't go into the gates. We would go around the castle behind it.
Okay. As you guys turn to run, one of the knights, no, not the knights, but the people at the gate, the soldiers that are like hustling people in, one of them sees you running forward, and a bear and a cougar, so it doesn't care about those. But it says, "That's the woman that murdered the people on the beach." And Spec Person the Third, who had otherwise moved past you and turned to ride off, you can sense him turn his helm, and he's a big, well-suited knight, and you hear him mumble, "Spec Person the Third."
This guy.
And he says, "Alfarius, Johnston, you guys go after them. We're gonna go after the dragon." So 2 of the knights plus Spec Person the Third ride forward, and 2 of the purple-caped knights, I believe it was, they about face, lower their spears, and are now coming to run you down. But before we get to you guys, we'll go back to the dragon and paladin fight. Sanguinus, you have endured. You've gotten up to the dragon. What do you do?
I leap onto him.
You're going to leap onto the dragon.
Yes.
Interesting choice.
May I ask how much armor you have, Sanguinus?
I've got 3 armor.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all my attacks go through all your armor.
Yeah. I endured his attack. I dashed through, and now I'm leaping up, sort of like trying to clamber up onto
Okay.
his shoulder to get up onto his back.
I thought
I would
Geoff
just
said
say
I was
you're
45
doing
feet
that.
tall to the base of my neck.
You're gigantic, yeah, but he can find spikes, and you're a muscular, curvy dragon, so he's finding places to grab onto.
Yeah, real dragons have curves. We all know that.
Yeah, of course, and they find them beautiful.
Huh.
I would just say he's just doing that. There's no roll, but what do you do about this paladin that's trying to climb up you?
So remind me again of my abilities here.
You can demand tribute, act with disdain, bend an element to its will, and you have wings, and you have elemental blood, it says.
Mm-hmm.
I fly, Geoff. I fly.
You're going to take off?
I'm going to
I
take
like
off.
This choice.
That's what I'm
Again,
talking about.
no
That's
action
why I climbed
required.
up on the dragon.
So
I leap up into the sky, beat my wings heavily, and easily clear the tree line and climb as high as I can.
well, you start to do this, but someone that you recognize through your supersonic, super great hearing as Spec Person III, the lead general of this kingdom, throws his expertly crafted spear at you. Would you like to defy danger?
Yes. I would like to do
How would you defy danger?
I would like to do a barrel roll mid-air.
That'll be your dexterity. I'll say that you don't have any special dexterity, so it's just straight up.
I would like to hang on with all my might.
You are, yeah. This is not against you. It's at him, the Mice Dragon.
The barrel roll might be against me.
Nah.
Okay.
You don't think a barrel? He wouldn't fall off with the barrel roll?
You only get to. You can choose this action to try to either dislodge the paladin, or you can avoid danger. You can't.
Avoiding danger. Avoiding danger here.
Okay.
I want to dislodge the paladin when I'm much higher up.
Okay.
I want him to hold on right now.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't type that into
Just straight
Twitch
2d6.
chat. Yeah. R2d6.
That is
6.
a fail. So you actually, it's quite beautiful. You take off this gigantic dragon, and then you see the spear being hurled expertly at you, and it looks really weird to everyone that sees this, but you start to but you're thinking you're doing this awesome thing, but it's really slow, and the spear absolutely slams into your back shoulder.
How much do I take?
His damage is just 2d10, but it's like the best of d10, I guess. You don't actually do 2d10.
Right.
And let me look up Knight real quick. Because it's plus something as well, but it's not plus 5. It might just be 1 or 2. I'm going to call it 2, because I can't find it.
That's fun.
It is. Okay, so 2d10 plus 2. And it'll be the best of that, which is a perfect 10. So you take 12 damage, but you have 5 armor, so you take 7.
Okay.
Person the third.
You are down to 9. And as you're taking off, you can hear Spec Person the Third through that spear great. But he can't do anything more. The spear is lodged into you, and he no longer has a spear.
All right.
So you guys are taking off. What do you do, Singles?
On his back, I hold up my sword and I shout, "Blood for the blood god!" And I bring it down in between his wings.
Roll it.
Ah.
I love the options that we are having while we're up in the sky right now, by the way.
My strength, is that plus 2? No, that's plus 1. Oh my god, 6.
You fail! Alright, well, it's a failed attack, which means I choose a action.
Yep, hard move.
What weapons do you have?
A sword.
That's it?
That's it. But that's okay, because I can actually do the same amount of damage by punching.
I'm going to say...
What?
You do this attack, it damages... the weapon is just to convey what your character does. It doesn't actually affect it, really.
It just
if
changes
you have,
the way I needed to do
stuff,
it.
yeah. You swing down on him, and just in that moment, Burr takes the spear in the back and kind of cringes, or not cringes, but flinches, I suppose. And that motion means that you are dislodged from your spot, your sword misses, and you are now going to do a raw dexterity test to see if you're able to grab onto something. Otherwise, you are tumbling to the earth.
That's a -1. 6.
Wow. So
in this moment in time, you're reaching, you're clambering, but you get nothing, and you end up plummeting from hundreds of feet up in the air down to the earth.
Wait, the higher was bad?
What?
Oh, no, never mind. I'm stupid.
6 is a fail.
I
Anyway,
was
so
thinking the D6.
Burr, the sanguinus, the man that came to kill you, is plunging to the earth. What do you do?
I'd like to watch. How high up are we when he falls?
A couple hundred feet.
Oh, I would like to use my slow time ability on myself so I can watch him fall more slowly.
Okay.
I want to see him fall in slow motion and splatter on the ground, is what I'm trying to say.
Time slows to an absolute crawl as you are entering into what other people would later call bullet time. As Sanguinus plummets to the earth, he lands in a heap on top of just a bed of rocks and is immediately crushed to death by the gravitational pull in his fall.
I summon my bloody Aegis.
Can you really? Is it just any damage?
Time I take damage.
Oh my god! What do you take?
I become confused, and I take -1 to my wisdom.
But you take no damage, right?
Correct.
As this happens in slow time, Burr, you also become extremely confused because this guy smashes into the ground. His armor is buckled and destroyed in places, but well, for purposes of the game, it still functions. But by all rights, this man is crumpled, but then he kind of stands up, peels himself off the rocks, shakes his head, and just seems to be a little dazed is all. And all you can hear in the slow time is in slow motion, Spec person, the fucking third. What the hell?
I know what I'm doing.
I say, I will kill you, Spec Person the Third. Come at me, bro.
You say this?
Yeah.
Spec Person the Third unsheaths this magnificent purple glowing blade and says, well, if Spec Person the Third's gonna get killed, he obviously is gonna kill the guy fast. And he rides towards you with his 2 knights.
And then I say, wait, no, not Spec Person the Third. I'm trying to kill the bear.
The bear that you don't see, the bear's gone. It's on the other side of the trees.
I'm trying to kill that thing up there, that bird.
The dragon?
Yes.
Oh, you're confused. I get it. Spec Person the Third comes right up to you and stops and says, Spec Person the Third, this man seems awfully confused. Do you mean the dragon? The dragon above?
Yes, by the bloody hand of the bloody-handed god.
Well, son of a bitch, son. Spec Person the Third. Of course you want to kill the dragon. We all want to kill the dragon.